Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Her Story TV and the Her Story podcast. This is Getrude Matshe here in beautiful Melbourne, Australia. And I am excited to be sharing with you today a co-author who I am going to be working with on an amazing book called The Sacred Promise with Dr. Tererai Trent. Caroline, it is awesome to reconnect with you. I know you've been a part of the Her Story Circle for a while, and now we get to do something phenomenal together. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And yeah, I'm so excited. And I'm so excited, that our journey together has reconnected again. And we've got this coming up, which is such, I'm so humbled and honoured to be part of Dr. Trent's book and her vision for this, to give women a voice.
So tell everybody where you are, Caroline.
So I'm in Tweed Heads, but on the Gold Coast. And so I'm right on the border of Queensland, New South Wales. Had a little bit of rain lately, but, as a community, everyone is sticking together and supporting each other, which is always, one thing I'll say about Australia is whenever there's natural disasters or any disasters, the community level support and assistance is just phenomenal. And it always has been. And I think Australians should be extraordinarily proud of what they do in these situations as well.
Australians are very resilient, I must say. I've watched the reactions whether it's a fire, whether it's flooding. People seem to rebound and bounce back quite effectively.
I think that iconic sense of Australian humour definitely helps.
Yes, it helps, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk about The Sacred Promise for those people who don't know what this book is about. Dr. Tererai Trent is an educationist who is based in the United States. She's originally from Zimbabwe and has been labeled one of Oprah's best guests ever. She had an amazing project where she has gone back to Zimbabwe and has started sponsoring young girls to go back to school in rural communities in Zim. And now she's given us the opportunity to co-author a book. So we're each contributing a chapter to this anthology. Elizabeth Gilbert is going to write the foreword for this book. And I am so curious to find out about what's going to be in your chapter, Caroline, and I'll share what's going to be in mine.
Yeah, excellent. So for me, I'm my story starts with childhood sexual abuse, and so I'm really passionate now to share my story because it's it's a way too common and it's occurring, and I think the only way we can assist victims and survivors is to talk about it and stop the silence of what has occurred for many years around this subject, which has been taboo, which has been brushed under the carpet a little bit, and a lot of society has tried to pretend it doesn't exist, but it does, and that silence only further victimizes survivors. So essentially, my sacred promise, my journey from there was, many years, decades of addiction and mental illness. So when I got sober 12 years ago, I started changing my life, but I also still had with me a lot of that trauma and those limiting beliefs and those fears that I carried from childhood. And I was well into my 40s and sober before I made that promise to myself that I would no longer let those negative experiences or outside circumstances define my life. I was going to take control of my life, and I was going to define the joy and the passion and the happiness and the success that I wanted in my life.
That is just awesome. And now, years later, you've gone on a path and a journey of healing. you've gone back to yourself, really, in just remembering who you are and the power that really lies within you. That's really exciting to be able to see. And I know that as we have been writing this book, we've been encouraged to focus on the positive things, despite the challenges that we've had in life. I think the whole vision behind this book is to energize and inspire and bring hope to people who would not have hope in life. Now, I know that my story was a promise that I made when I left Africa, that I would go back. I would try and find ways to inspire other women as much as I could. I've gone back in small ways in the past 21 years since I've lived in New Zealand. But I think, again, through this book, we can all go back in a much bigger way and make a difference, just like you're doing with your story as well.
Yes.
So what else comes up for you when this opportunity came? Tell me how you found out about it.
Yes, so I'd known about Dr. Trent, and I'd followed some of, her, what she had been doing. Then it was like everything aligned. I know when the book was first advertised in a group of women that I am very inspired by, Peace and Katie. They were involved, and then I saw your name come up as being involved, and we worked through in some Her Story before. And then there were a couple of other incredible women involved in this book. And I just went, oh my God, how can I not be involved with all these women who inspire and empower me on my journey? So I just wanted to add my voice and to that, to create this incredible ripple effect that, and like you said, I think it's really important to remember it's not about focusing on the challenges. It's about focusing on the hope and the happiness and the joy that can come in life. And one of those things that's really important to me is who I surround myself with. So it was just like an absolute no-brainer for me to want to be involved.
I love it. Well. And it's when you realize that you have been gifted with an opportunity to do something that is much bigger than you.
Yes.
That will have a ripple effect. I know that part of the proceeds of this book are going to go towards setting up a fund to educate young girls to go to university from Zimbabwe. So that really excites me as well. And you're right, we can transmute whatever experiences we've had in life and turn them into something positive, regardless of how challenging it was at the time. So that positivity has come through in all of the coaching sessions we've had to get us to this point. So it is very, very exciting. What else would you like to add? I would like to encourage people to go onto my website and pre-order a copy. I don't know if you've done the same thing, Caroline.
Yes, I'm just setting that up now. Now that we've, I guess it's really exciting too, because we've just all submitted our first draft. And, just to share with people that writing, even as a co-authored book, it's a journey. And, it's like a 6-month journey that doesn't happen overnight. So it's about supporting each other through the journey as well. And I think that's really important. Part of what I do is about empowering women, inspiring women. And I think a lot of that comes through being with women. And too much in the past has been, a lot of women have been seen as competition against each other. And I feel this whole shift in the world where women are coming together and raising our voices together. And, and it just makes us so strong and so powerful, but with compassion and with love.
Hi, Getrude.
Yeah, it's really something that we need to be aware of, pay attention to, that our strength lies in our numbers. It's in the collaboration. Yes. It's when women start lifting each other that we discover our superpowers.
Absolutely.
And that's what really has got me excited about being here and being able to share this with everybody that I know in my circles as well. So if anybody would like to pre-order a copy of my book, there is the link. It's on the Her Story Circle website. It's HerStoryCircle/product/Sacred Promise. Please pre-order your copy. We are trying to sell hundreds of copies of this book and help generate a huge fund that is going to get young girls to get to university through the proceeds of this book. So the Her Story Circle/product/Sacred Promise. And Caroline, I'm sure you will share your link with this video as well, so people in your community can contribute and help.
Yes, thank you. And yeah, it'll all be on my website. And, you know, like to women, it's just the more you can connect with women who are changing the world or who are inspiring. You know, I always say I'm so incredibly grateful for my life and I'm so full of joy. And I just want every other woman to feel that.
Yeah. And that's what we want to do with this book.
Yeah, thank you, Gertrude. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited to work with you again.
I'm excited to work with you too, Caroline. I'm just so wanting us to finally maybe meet in some kind of a physical space somewhere in the world. Maybe we'll have a book launch together here in Australia. Let's think of something really creative.
Yeah, absolutely. 2022 is definitely the year for in-person events.
Yes, yes. And with the global community of authors who are taking part in this, we could do a virtual book launch as well and have an online party and get all 36. How many are we? 36 women?
36, I think, yes.
Yes.
Mind you, I'm happy to travel to other parts of the world now too.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, I'm more than happy to come to Zimbabwe to do a book launch.
Oh, I love it. I'll definitely take you to Zimbabwe with me then. That's a promise.
Yeah, absolutely. Another promise.
Another promise. But let's thank everybody who has tuned in. Please share this video. Share it on your social media. Help us grow some traction around the marketing and promoting of this amazing upcoming anthology with Dr. Tererai Trent. And help us hold true to our sacred promise to change the world through our stories. Caroline, thank you again for being my first guest on this initiative to get the word out.
Thank you, Gertrude. And to everyone out there, just know that you can and that you are good enough and that you are beautiful and already empowered.
Fantastic. Beautiful end to our segment. Thank you. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Be back again tomorrow with yet another author. Bye for now.